Corpbiz.
Hello everyone, this is Yash Saxena and you are watching Corpbiz. In this video, we are going to talk about the thermostat metal sheet and strip in India. So let's begin with what is thermostat. The thermostat is a composite material, usually in the form of a sheet and strip made up of two more metallic layers with different expansion coefficients. When permanently bonded together with the change of temperature, the dimensions of the product completely change. Indian Standard 5478 1969 covers the thermostat metal sheet and strip. These Indian standards specifies the general requirement for thermostat metal in sheet and strip form. This standard can also be used as a guide in preparing detailed specifications for several specified kinds of thermostat metal by including material constants like physical properties and chemical compositions. The physical properties of a specific kind of thermostat metal like hardness, flexibility and electrical resistivity need to conform to the specifications established by the supplier and must be agreed upon between the supplier and the purchaser. The bond between the component material must be strong and complete throughout the sheet and strip. The material surface needs to be free of cracks and lamps, seams, scratches, rust, blisters and other defects detrimental to the material's performance. As we have told you what is thermostat and without BIS certification it is not possible to sell it in India, let's try to understand why BIS certification is important. In India, consumers regard BIS certification as a sign of dependability. The Bureau of Indian Standard BIS certificate allows manufacturer to reassure customer about the dependability, safety and quality of their products. Although the BIS certification scheme is mostly voluntarily, some products are required to be certified by the BIS. Indian Standard Institute is the national standard body renamed BIS in 1987. The ISI mark is the Indian standard mark provided to the producers by the BIS for several products. The ISI mark has been considered a mark of safety, purity and trust since 1955. The ISI mark has been provided as a conformity mark for industrial goods. The BIS ISI mark ensures that the product comply with all Indian standards established by the Indian National Standard Organization. The BIS ISI certification is the certification process of obtaining the ISI mark for a product that complies with the Indian standards. Several electrical appliances needs mandatory ISI mark like electric iron, room AC, freezers, electric cables, room heaters, electric stoves and other goods like rubber and leather footwear, UPVC pipes, composite cements and various kinds of acids, etc. As we have discussed enough of the backgrounder, let's start with the main part of our video, that is the process to apply and documents needed to apply for the BIS certification. Some documents required to obtain BIS ISI certification for thermostat metal, sheet and strip in India are copy of company registration certificate, technical specification of the item, the drawing of the product, components and raw materials information, user manual and list of critical components, flowchart of the manufacturing process, list of the manufacturing equipment, name, capacity and purpose, etc. Copy of trademark registration certificate, information on packaging and storage, original test report from BIS approved laboratories. The details and quality control documents are the same if specific procedures are outsourced. Map location, copy of test report and all raw materials and part of the product, details on the quality control team and their qualification certificate, list of in-house testing facility prescribing the calibration status, the least count, etc. Calibration certificates of the testing devices should not be more than 3 months old. Now let's talk about the procedure for applying to obtain BIS ISI certification for thermostat metal sheet and strip in India. Like always, we have divided the process into few simple steps. Let's start with step 1. Firstly, the applicant has to submit the test report of the product samples already tested and approved by a BIS as per Indian standards. Step 2. Afterwards, the applicant must submit the BIS online application, pay the certification cost and submit other important required documents. Step 3. During the inspection of the application form and documents, the BIS official will conduct inspection of the product and the factory premises. Step 4. Once all the above steps are completed successfully, the authority will grant the BIS ISI certificate. At last, the manufacturers or importers must get the BIS ISI certification for thermostat, metal sheets and strips if their product is covered in the scope of the BIS conformity assessment scheme. In case of violation, the condition of the BIS certification, the certification may be rejected or cancelled by the BIS according to the provisions of Regulation 11 of BIS Conformity Assessment Regulations 2018. To get more insight on this, you can read our blog at www.corpbiz.io and get in touch with expert team at Corpbiz on the given numbers. So, this was all about the topic, and for more such information, keep watching our channel, Corpbiz. This is Yash Saxena, signing off.